Okay, folks. So here's the thing. I think we need to do a full court press to all the Republicans. For those of you that have Republicans elected in your districts, I think we need to be like relentlessly calling them and emailing them that they have two options. They can resign or they can impeach Trump. They can go down in history as people that were not on board fully with everything that this Republican regime is doing and has done already, destroying and dismantling this country. Or they can resign and get out of the way and stop being a hurdle and let other people who have more courage than they do to step up and do the right thing. Again, I don't know how likely this is if we try it, but I think we need to put it on record that we know that Donald Trump, like all of the like Trump, JD Vance, and Mike Johnson, all of them have committed acts that are unconstitutional, flatly unconstitutional. Like all this shit with Doge, that's fully illegal, fully unconstitutional. Acting as though Trump has the war powers to say that we're at war with Tren de Aragua, which we just had a Supreme Court decision come out on that. They said no, like this, you're illegally using these war powers. Denying so many people, I think it's like 274 people at this point, or 290 people that got illegally kidnapped and renditioned to CCOT in El Salvador, which is fully illegal, fully unconstitutional. It's a violation of their 8th Amendment rights and their 5th Amendment rights. That's the protection from cruel and unusual punishment, and they're supposed to have due process. They have violated the First Amendment rights of news organizations, colleges, basically everybody. They went to war over DEI policies, like so-called like woke agenda, going after LGBTQ things in education, banning books, all these initiatives, the freezes on federal funding, all that stuff. Like those are all unconstitutional. Like he does not have the power to do those things. Like the powers that he is invoking are the powers only Congress, like and through the legislature, through the Treasury. Like that's the process, and they have all the branches of government. So there's no reason other than they're absolute cowards, and they don't want to be held accountable. Don't kid yourself. Like the Republican regime, top to bottom up, they are all culpable. They are all responsible. I hold the Supreme Court, like, okay, I'm happy that they've made some of the decisions that they've made that are based on, like, that's a legal basis. They screwed us all with the whole allowing him to run again, because that was unconstitutional. And then when he pardoned the Jan 6 protesters, that again should have been disqualifying, and he should have been impeached and removed from there. Like there's just so many things. Like people that are a little bit more knowledgeable in this area than I could probably list like 30, more than 24, certainly. I think there's probably around 30 violations of the Constitution, like high crimes and misdemeanors. The crypto scam, basically trying to make a whole bunch of crime illegal, stopping, they're interfering with the legal process. Like it's obstruction of justice of all different kinds for a whole bunch of different criminal kind of activities that they're just saying we're not going to investigate this stuff. They're trying to make it legal for big corporations to be able to get like kickbacks and like they call it tips, and they're not going to be taxed on that stuff. Like that shit's all illegal. Like there are so many things that are just insanely illegal, and it's just like day to day. Like we look like terrorists when we're kidnapping people and renditioning them, and 75 to 90% of those people have no criminal record whatsoever anywhere. They're just being accused of being part of a gang, which is like, that's just nonsense. Like there's a reason why we have due process, so innocent people don't just get locked away. And it wouldn't be legal for them to go to CCOT anyway. Like they can't do that. So call your Congress people. You can talk to the Democrats too. Like tell the Democrats they should be putting pressure on the Republicans. Like give them the two options. You can resign and get out of the way, or you can step up and put on your big boy pants and impeach Trump, because otherwise you're going down with the ship. Like you think you're worried about primaries because of Elon Musk's money. The people are way more pissed off, and Elon Musk's money is not going to be enough to overcome the wave of lack of support that you're about to face. Because like, look at the protests that are growing in all 50 states. We've had a bunch of them since February, and we keep seeing more and more, like 900 protests across the United States with big numbers, 1,000 here and there. It's growing. The town halls where people are just livid and they want to lie and cope and seethe that it's like, you know, activists or whatever that are being paid. Like, that's bullshit. Like, I'm sorry, but like, you know, you guys are not that original. Like, you don't have to confess all the time. You don't have to engage in projection. You could just shut your fucking mouth, or just admit, like, well, geez, there's a lot of energy here. Like, maybe we need to course correct. Like, that's politics. You guys are not popular. You guys are just in your own fucking stupid self-created echo chambers, and you got people that are persuaded because they're online too much. But in the real world, when real people are hurting, like cutting kids cancer research, you think that shit's popular? You think saddling people that are in the helping professions with crippling like wage garnishments that take care of the populace, you think that's a good idea? You think that's going to go over well? You think stealing your grandma's and your mom's and grandpa's Social Security check is going to go over well? You think cutting what is it, there's a program for a Head Start. They cut Head Start everywhere. They're cutting Head Start. So like screwing kids over, screwing parents over that have to work from having a place that's safe for their kids to go and get an education and get important social skills. You think that's going to go over well? You think cutting SNAP is going to go over well? You think cutting people's like Medicaid and Medicare almost completely is going to go over well? And you guys are going to sit there and pretend that you're not cutting it when you're cutting the department that predominantly, like, that's what they do, like cutting like $800 billion or more from that, and just shoving money to the rich, or giving them a massive tax break bigger than Trump did the last time. That was catastrophic and blew up our debt. You guys are unserious fucking people. And now, like, the trade wars that are just going to be devastating. And then, I wouldn't doubt that every couple of months or so, Trump is going to game the market. So a bunch of him and a bunch of his rich buddies are going to make more money. Well, they basically steal from us. Like, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Elon Musk is the last thing you should be worried about. You should be worried about the voters that are pissed. And now with the stupid SAVE Act, don't forget to call your congresspeople and tell them they better fucking do what they can to block this SAVE Act, because that's gonna like ruin, it's gonna cut like 70 million people from being able to vote, because they're gonna add more and more restrictions to something that's supposed to be a fucking right. It's bad. It's really fucking bad. Like, read the details for yourself. Don't on anything I say, you don't have to just default believe me. Please don't. Just check your own shit. Look it up. Do actual homework. Like, look for like actual sources, credible sources, and multiple sources, and do some reading. Check on the facts. Don't just, try to find some TikToker or something that's talking about this stuff. Like, that's not enough. That's not a source. I can't believe somebody told me that the other day. I'm like, what the hell are your sources? They're like, TikTok. Like, I'm like, okay, cool, you're a moron. You literally just scooped out your brain. Like, that's not a source. It's not a source. It's not a source. Yeah, we have a literacy problem in this country. General, media literacy, definitely. Political literacy, definitely. Like, those are big fucking problems. And we're going to have some fun trying to, like, save this damn place for all of our sakes. And it's going to be, like, generations of struggle thanks to, Cheeto Boy and his gaggle of stupid, incompetent assholes. Oh yeah, and like our national security is completely compromised, and then like there's like this this big other whole department that had to be shut down that is looking out for our security for basically everything digital that we touch. That's gone, and then they exposed our shit to Russia. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. It's all bad. Everything's bad. Everything's real bad. Sucks to be an American these days. We're about to be like, I don't know, move down the list probably about like 3 to 5 places, I would say. Fun times. That's what you get when you got Republicans who have all the power. Lots and lots and lots of stupid and lots of pain, while the rich get richer. Sound like a good idea? Yeah, doesn't sound like a good idea to me either. All right, guys, take care. Love you guys. Bye.